What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to go over a few reasons why I think you should be lifting weights. Alright, so first let's talk about reasons why you're not lifting weights. A few that I've heard is they don't want to get bulky, they're too scared, they are overweight and so they want to lose a little bit of weight before they go into the gym because it's intimidating. There's a lot of different reasons why people aren't lifting weights. The being scared one and like the intimidation factor, that's normal. Anything you do in life that is new to you, you're going to be intimidated and it's going to be a little bit scary. And especially something like this. So that's completely normal, and just know that we've all gone through it. Every single person that is in that gym has gone through what you're going through. We've all started from somewhere. It's just a matter of taking that first step and saying, you know what? I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna do my thing. And if people look at me, they look at me. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? You're not there for anybody but yourself. You can stay home and hide for the rest of your life and feel unattractive and unmotivated, or you can just suck it up and feel uncomfortable for about a week, and then it's gonna be fine. You're gonna walk in there and you're gonna know what you're doing. It's okay, it just takes time. The other thing is, like, I know we always think that people are watching us. That's just not the reality of it. Most people who work out, to be completely honest, we're worried about ourselves. We're more self-absorbed in the gym because it does require so much focus. So most people who are working out, we're not paying attention to you. It sounds really bad to say this, but like, we don't care. It's not, I didn't go to the gym to see you. I went to the gym so that I can work out and feel good about myself. So part of the good news to that is that we are self-absorbed, so nobody cares what you're doing, but it's not to be like egotistical or anything. It's just, that's just how it is. That's the reality of it. Nobody's paying attention to you. And if you do catch and make eye contact with somebody, they feel the exact same way that you do. It's just it's a human thing. So as far as getting bulky, I'm gonna have to beat my head against a wall for every time I hear this. I think that slowly we're starting to get a little bit more educated, but if you see a woman who is bulky with like gnarly shoulders and gnarly back and like big ass quads and whatever, and she's just shredded and ripped, that person trained specifically to look like that. That person is taking steroids, that person is eating in a surplus, and that person is lifting super heavy all the time. So we trained specifically for how we want to look, and there is a science behind it, and you can build your muscles however you want them to look. That's the awesome part. Some people like that look, and that's totally fine, to each their own. Like, that doesn't mean that's how you're gonna look. That's why I look the way I do, because I train that way. Don't think that because you start lifting 20-pound dumbbells that you're gonna get huge ass biceps. It just does not work that way. We train very specifically to how we wanna look, which is exactly why you look the way you look right now, because you're training specifically to how you look. So if you don't like the way you look, figure out a way to train your body to look how you want it to. It's possible. So another reason I've heard a lot of people talk about is because they're overweight, and so they kind of want to lose a little bit of weight so that they can go into the gym and feel a little bit more confident or comfortable. They think that when they walk into the gym, everybody's going to be ripped with a six-pack. That's just also not the case. If you walk into any gym at any given time, they're going to be all different shapes, sizes, weights, everything. So many variations of people who are in the gym. That is probably one of my favorite things to see. If I walk into the gym and I see somebody that's overweight and they're in there doing push-ups or they're doing cardio even, like, I'm like, fuck yeah, that is awesome, and I love it. I love seeing the 95-year-old lady that's doing the assisted pull-ups, and I love seeing the, you know, the little kid that he's like 17 years old and he's like bicep curling like crazy. I love seeing all that stuff because it just shows that people are trying. And one thing that I wish that I could just instill in everybody's brains is that people who go to the gym are trying to better themselves, and I admire people who try. I love it, and it's empowering to me to see, and it's motivating to me. So more power to you if you do go to the gym when you don't feel confident, when you don't feel comfortable, and when you are overweight, because you are trying. And that's all that it takes, is taking that step, getting in there. That's the hardest part, is literally going to the gym. And you need to just learn to have a fuck it attitude. You have to learn to not care what people think. The sooner you do that, the better off your life will be tenfold. Reason number one why I think women should start lifting weights is it's gonna give you an insane amount of confidence. I have more confidence now in my 30s than I ever did growing up. It's definitely been a game changer in my physique and what I look like, but mentally and physically, emotionally, everything else, it's also helped me grow so much in the last 2 years since I decided to start lifting. I remember 2 years ago when I started, I would go into the gym and I'd feel really insecure, and I would always think, like, is somebody looking at me? Am I using this machine correctly? Am I doing my form right? Should I go heavier? Should I go lighter? I had no idea what I was doing. And the more that I did it, the better I got. Like now when I walk into the gym, I feel like I own that gym. I walk in there with confidence, and I walk in there with feeling empowered. And when you're building your muscles, you're also building your confidence. So there's nothing more empowering than walking into a gym, picking up some dumbbells, and just knowing what to do with them. It's just been an overall confidence in the gym, but also outside of the gym. I feel confident walking around. Love the fact that I can put on a pair of leggings and you can see my hamstrings through them. I love the fact that I can put on a pair of jeans and they fit me just perfectly. So the confidence that's gonna come with it is outright the most rewarding part of the entire thing. So I used to feel really uncomfortable because I thought maybe people were looking at me and kind of judging me or being like, you know, what is she doing? Is she doing that right or whatever? Those thoughts I think are just completely normal, especially in the beginning. But what's really cool is that now I still get that feeling that people are looking at me, but it's for a completely different reason. This time it's because they are looking at my progress and they're like, wow, she looks really great. And I have people come up to me all the time, and I mean, whether it's in the gym or the grocery store, it doesn't even matter. If I am out and about, people will come up to me like, you're in really good shape, like what do you do? And I'm like, well, I lift weights. It's that simple, you know? So it's awesome. I love the fact that people can identify that I am an active, fit person, because I do work my butt off, but I want to be able to walk around using my body as a billboard. Like, look, you guys, you can totally do this. You can build up this confidence, get your butt in the gym, and kill your workout. Reason number 2. You get to eat carbs. It's not a bad thing to have carbs. There's so many misconceptions about carbs and food in general, but what's awesome about if you do lift weights is that you need those carbs to fuel your workouts. So you get to eat a lot more. There's so many women who have so many issues with carbs and they're scared to death of them, and they're like, is it gonna make me fat? My body doesn't react well to carbs, yada, yada, yada. And that's just not the case. Like, if you train your body to eat a certain way, it's gonna adapt to that way. And I train my body to use carbs because I wanna have them. I like pasta. I like to eat rice. I like to eat potatoes. I don't wanna train my body to not like foods like that if I can train it to like the foods and still look good. It's just about nutrient timing, the types of carbs, and what you're doing. If you are eating a bunch of carbs and then you're sitting on the couch, obviously that's not gonna be smart. But if you are eating a certain amount of carbs, going to the gym, getting an intense workout in, having carbs after, then your body uses them for the right things. So the more you work out, the more food you can eat. All in all, you get to eat more. And for me, that's good enough reason. I naturally have a very ectomorph body type. I'm just tall and skinny, and I didn't have a whole lot of muscle. And so being able to lift weights has helped me build the curves that I wasn't born with. That's the best part about muscle, is that you can build it and you can shape the muscle how you want it if you do it strategically. So for me, it's been awesome because I have been able to build myself a butt. I used to have a pancake butt. I literally I ran so much that my butt got flat. And so I focus on building that. So now I train my butt and my legs, 2 to 3 times a week. My upper body, I used to have no upper body, just super noodle arms. And now I have definition in my arms. I have biceps, I have shoulder definition. My back is really developed. So if you want to have curves, if you want a bigger butt, if you want a flatter stomach, if you want more shape in your upper body, all of that can be done through weight training. So many women get so caught up in just doing so much cardio, but you burn fat, you don't build muscle. So the whole looking tone look, that comes from having a reduced amount of body fat and an increased lean muscle mass. So if you want to have a defined body or you want to look tone, then you have. So cardio is great, it can be fun. You can also dial it back a little bit and increase your weight training and burn way more calories and be able to put on muscle. Speaking of burning more calories, that is actually the next reason why I think that women should lift weights. You burn more calories. So the more lean muscle mass you have, the more calories you burn, the quicker your metabolism is. Spend 1 hour doing cardio, you're gonna be burning just about the same amount of calories as if you were weight training for 20 minutes. The significant difference is the after effect, the afterburn. So when you're done doing your cardio, once that session has ended, you're done burning calories, that's it. But if you are lifting weights, when you're done with that session, you continue to burn throughout the day, even when you're sleeping. So you essentially could be burning fat while you're sleeping. So that's amazing. Like, I'm all for burning fat while I'm sleeping. This may not be something that you're thinking of at this time in your life because maybe you're younger, but as we get older, as women, we are more likely to get osteoporosis. And what that means is that we're at a higher risk for fracturing our bones, breaking our bones, and falling, not being able to get back up. So the more that you lift weights, the stronger that your bones are gonna be. The reason I feel like ladies should lift weights is because it's just cool to be able to say, I got this. I'm good. I can handle my own. I don't need your help carrying groceries. I don't need your help lifting something. If I want my couch moved, I can push it and move it myself. I can carry heavy boxes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just cool for me to be able to do those things without depending on a man. And I'm not trying to be all like,
I'm a strong, independent woman kind of thing.
But you are, you know what I mean? Like, I just love the fact that I can do things on my own and I can feel strong. To me, that's awesome. Another thing I want to talk about is don't be afraid to lift heavy. There's different reps and sets based on your goals. You should be pushing yourself to the point where like your last 2 reps, you're losing your form and you're barely getting it up. I'm not trying to say not to lift high reps, low weight, because there's a purpose for it, but don't be afraid to get under a squat rack and use the safeties. Don't be afraid to start to deadlift and have to drop it, because that's how you grow. It's just such a huge misconception too that if you lift heavy that you're gonna get all bulky, and it's just
Not true.
I promise you it's not true. If that were true, I would be stoked because then I wouldn't have to train as hard as I do. But that's not the case, you know? So it's just really cool to be able to get under a squat rack and be able to put up 205. Like, that's more than some men squat. So to me, that's freaking badass and I love it. But don't be afraid to lift heavy weights. Make it something that you kind of work towards. Try to increase your weight through progressive overload and over a period of time increasing your weight. It'll be a really good challenge for you, but it'll also be super exciting and motivating, and it's something to look forward to when you're in the gym.
Lift heavy.
If you don't know what to do, hire a trainer. There's bodybuilding.com. That's what I used when I first started, and write a plan, get to the gym. Okay, so that's gonna conclude this video. I hope that in some way I've motivated you to take that first step. And if you have any questions or concerns, shoot me a message and let me know what you guys think. If you want more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And until next time,
Keep on flexing.